Welcome to the paradox of choice, simplifying your life for greater happiness. Imagine being faced with only a single option when buying a product or making a decision. This single choice was your only alternative. Now, acknowledge the multitude of options available to you in today's world. From hundreds of TV channels and thousands of consumer goods to countless career paths and lifestyle choices, the dilemma of choice is a defining feature of the modern era. This abundance of options, however, does not necessarily make our lives easier or more satisfying. In 2004, psychologist Barry Schwartz introduced the concept of the paradox of choice. He highlighted how an abundance of options could lead to analysis paralysis, dissatisfaction, and a persistent longing for what unattainable options may have offered. Stoic philosophy, originating from ancient Greece, suggests that greater tranquility and happiness can be achieved by simplifying our desires and choosing what truly matters. Followers of this philosophy advocate for self-control, resilience, and the acceptance of what falls beyond their personal control, a perspective that appears increasingly relevant in our choice-overloaded society. Similarly, minimalism, a lifestyle movement founded in the 1960s, advocates for the intentional promotion of what is vital by liberating oneself from excess. Minimalists have found that by reducing their material possessions and eliminating non-essential commitments, they have discovered a newfound sense of peace, clarity, and joy. Existentialism, a philosophical movement emphasizing individual existence, freedom, and choice, provides another important perspective on choice and its implications. It points out that every choice we make determines our future self, and it is up to us to infuse our existence with meaningful actions. Today, psychologists are offering additional insights on how to manage the overwhelming choices at our disposal. They suggest specific strategies to combat decision paralysis and cultivate satisfaction amidst the abundance of opportunities. In this discussion, you'll gain invaluable knowledge that can help simplify your life and lead to greater happiness. Let's embark on an enlightening journey to explore the intriguing paradox of choice. Together, we'll delve into various perspectives, philosophies, and scientific insights that provide clues to this predicament of modern life. Are you ready to explore this intriguing journey with us? Research suggests that our pursuit of more choices is rooted in the belief that more options provide greater opportunities for finding the best. However, while choice is undoubtedly a good thing, too much of it quickly becomes problematic. When faced with an excessive range of options, we lose interest, become overwhelmed, and settle for a decision that's barely satisfactory. Think about strolling down the supermarket aisles, attempting to select a bottle of olive oil. The wide range of varieties leaves you flustered, confused, and ultimately indecisive. Therein lies the crux of the paradox: more choices don't necessarily lead to better outcomes. Human beings are wired to compare and contrast, and when we have an abundance of choices, we tend to engage in this behavior excessively. Not only does this consume time and energy, but it can also lead to regret after making a decision. We begin to doubt our judgments, ponder what-if scenarios, and become riddled with uncertainty and discontent. Paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice, many individuals often refrain from deciding altogether. This manifestation of choice overload is referred to as decision paralysis, a phenomenon that hinders productivity and induces serious stress. This paralysis is not limited to minor decisions like selecting a shampoo or a sandwich at a cafe. In fact, it extends to more significant areas of life, such as career, relationships, and life goals. People find themselves stuck in detrimental patterns of indecisiveness, unable to progress or find satisfaction. Here, Stoic philosophy offers a profound insight. True liberty is found through the simplicity of desires. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of unnecessary desires, we can learn to make choices with greater ease and acceptance. As we align our actions with our core values, we drastically reduce the burden of choice overload that encumbers us. A related strategy to counter choice overload is to adopt a minimalist lifestyle. Minimalism invites us to consciously declutter our lives of superfluous things and commitments, empowering us to concentrate on the essential. By eliminating the trivial, we become less preoccupied with unnecessary choices and more present in life's truly significant decisions. But simplifying our lives goes beyond decluttering possessions. It also involves streamlining our thought processes, upgrading our decision-making capabilities, and fine-tuning our mental models. We need to understand that any decision, be it perfect or not, inevitably leads to learning and growth. With this mindset, decision-making no longer becomes a burdensome task, but an opportunity for personal development. As we endeavor towards simplicity, we must always embrace the responsibility of choice, another fundamental principle of existentialism. We are accountable for the decisions we make, and this sense of responsibility can serve as a powerful guiding force in our journey towards personal simplicity. While analyzing the paradox of choice, it's important to acknowledge that the problem isn't the abundance of options itself but the incorrect manner we use to evaluate and process them. There's a myriad of practical, psychological, and cognitive tools that can greatly simplify the decision-making process and reduce the associated stress. An example of a cognitive tool that can help manage choice overload is satisficing, a term coined by economist Herbert Simon. Satisficing involves establishing a set of standards to determine what's good enough. Rather than aiming for the best option, which might not even exist, you choose the adequate alternatives that meet your criteria. Another valuable approach to deal with the paradox of choice is mindfulness. A fundamental tenet of many ancient philosophies and spiritual practices, mindfulness can significantly reduce our susceptibility to choice overload. By fostering present moment awareness and acceptance, mindfulness allows us to let go of unproductive thoughts and focus on making sensible choices that align with our values and goals. Pairing mindfulness with a practice of gratitude further frees us from unnecessary desires and enhances our contentment with what we have. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we are blessed with, smoothing the way to simpler, happier lives. Learning to stop at good rather than persisting in the quest for the best is an integral part of simplifying our lives in today's world. By replacing the pursuit of perfection with a search for fulfillment, we reduce choice overload, limit decision fatigue, and embrace the multitude of joys life has to offer. Ultimately, the paradox of choice underscores the fact that true richness is not derived from material wealth or an overabundance of options, but from a life suffused with clarity, purpose, and meaningful connections. It serves as a reminder of the importance of making mindful choices and striving for a simplistic existence without sacrificing fulfillment and joy. As we wrap up this insightful exploration of the paradox of choice, take a moment to reflect on your life and your current approach to decision making. Are you overwhelmed by the multitude of options that surround you? Do you find yourself struggling with decision paralysis, perpetually seeking the perfect choice? Consider incorporating the insights shared in this video into your life journey. Practice mindfulness, cultivate gratitude, and strive to simplify your life, not to reduce the number of options, but to increase your contentment and bring more meaning to your choices. Remember, simplification is a process that requires continuous effort and intentional decisions. Open your mind to the profound benefits of simplicity, believe in your capacity to make sound decisions, and, above all, lean into the paradox of choice. Face it head on. Do not let it overwhelm you. Instead, recognize its influence, respect its power, and harness it as a catalyst for change. The road to a more straightforward life may not be smooth, but it is a journey that holds the promise of increased fulfillment, improved peace of mind, and a more profound sense of happiness. Simplify, and may you find inspiring contentment along the way. Our history is a testament to the fact that we don't need much to be happy. We've been here before and we've learned from experience. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. It's time we embrace the simplicity once again and use it as a powerful tool to manage the paradox of choice. And as we move forward in this endeavor towards a simplified life, let's also remember the wisdom of the past and the insights of the present. In the end, whether we are making a big life decision or choosing a jar of jam at the store, let's remember that the goal is not to seek the perfect choice, but to make a choice that empowers us, aligns with our values, and brings us closer to a life of satisfaction and contentment. Before concluding, we want to pose a thought-provoking question. In a world that seems to offer endless possibilities, how can one simplify his or her life to experience greater happiness? The answer might not be crystal clear, and the journey can be strenuous. Yet, if history has shown us anything, it's the power of conviction in striving for a simpler, more meaningful life. So, are you ready to step onto this path of simplification? Ready to make your life not merely a series of choices, but a journey nurtured by mindful decision-making, thankfulness, resilience, and profound fulfillment? Remember, it's already within your grasp, waiting to be unveiled.